Hi everyone, it's Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, so I am back to read another Choose Your Own Adventure book. This one is called Space and Beyond. It's by R.A. Montgomery. He actually wrote a lot of Choose Your Own Adventure books back in the day. And the art does not say on the front cover who the artist is. Paul Granger, who, okay, yeah, he did a lot of the art for these. I'm gonna adjust my camera here, my phone. All right, and I'll read the back cover as usual. You're the star, 44 exciting endings. Get ready to hurtle through space and beyond. You were born on a spaceship traveling between galaxies. Today is your birthday. It is time for you to declare citizenship. You must choose which galaxy and planet you wish to belong to. Ahead of you is the planet Phonon, where your father was born. Beyond that is Zermacroid, your mother's home planet. Both hold great promise for your future. Which will you choose? If you choose Phonon as your home planet, turn to page 2. If you choose Zermacroid, turn to page 3. But be careful, there are many dangers waiting for you in distant space. You might be promoted to commander of your own spacecraft, or you might be pulled into a black hole and disappear forever. What happens next in the story? It all depends on the choices you make. How does the story end? Only you can find out. And the best part is that you can keep reading and rereading until you've had not one, but many incredibly daring experiences. Hi Beth, hi Jen. I feel like this book seems familiar. I feel like I've read this before. Recently, but I think I would know if I had. And that's all right, Stephanie. So this book is a reprint, so that's why it doesn't have on the front cover, it doesn't say how many endings there are. Also, it was a whopping $3.25. And then, as usual, kids can't stop reading the Choose Your Own Adventure stories. We have some 2 thumbs up reviews from children ages 11, 13, 17, and 11. And then teachers love it too. Here we are. And this was originally published in 1979, and then it was reprinted in 1989. When do we meet the Stegosaurus? I don't know. Warning, do not read this book straight through from beginning to end. These pages contain many different adventures you can go on in space. From time to time, as you read along, you'll be asked to make a choice. Your choice may lead to success or disaster. The adventures you take are a result of your choice. You are responsible because you choose. After you make your choice, follow the instructions to see what happens to you next. Remember, you cannot go back. Think carefully before you make a move. One mistake can be your last, or it may lead you to fame and fortune. I definitely read this book before, didn't I? You were born on a spaceship traveling between galaxies. The spaceship is on a research mission. The crew of the spaceship includes people from 5 different galaxies. Your parents are not from the same galaxy, but both have features common to those found on the planet Earth in the Milky Way galaxy. Because you have been born in space, you may choose which galaxy and planet you wish to belong to and have citizenship in. Because the spaceship is traveling at a very great speed, you reach the Earth age of 18 years old in just 3 days and 2 hours. Now you must choose the planet Phonon in the galaxy of Pinium, or the planet Zermacroid in the galaxy of Uphos. Phonon is 3 times the size of the planet Earth. The star that provides some of its life-giving force is huge but ancient. There is fear that it is losing its force. Phonon has a history filled with trouble. Zermacroid is in the galaxy Uphos, far distant from the Milky Way galaxy. This galaxy has black holes and supernova stars. It has always been regarded as an uncertain region by observers and spacecraft crews. It is a difficult area, and the black holes are unplotted and dangerous. Reports from previous space probes say that Zermacroid has had a dim and troubled past. The reports also prophesied a bright and exciting future. If it has Tudor, yeah, that was like a totally different series with the exact same premise. That's like really weird. And the planet names are even the same. Wow, is this basically one of the Star Challenge books, but a choose your own adventure book? I'll have to check that out because this all seems really familiar. Alright, if you choose Phonon as your birth planet, turn to page 2. If, on the other hand, Zermacroid attracts you, throw your luck to page 3. Maybe they did reuse some of it. Yeah, I mean, the whole idea of that you reach 18 years old in just 3 days and 2 hours, that means if you're traveling close to the speed of light, the closer to the speed of light you're traveling at, the time slows down, but not your subjective time. Like your subjective time would still take you 18 years to reach 18 years of age. But to like outside observers, it would look like it had only taken like less time. But you wouldn't reach 18 years of age, and it wouldn't feel like you that it only took you 3 days. So I don't know what all that means. What they think. Go to the planet with the black holes. Which one is that? That's Zermacroid. Anyone else think we should go to Phonon? Oh, on Earth reading the book. Yeah, too. Black holes are badass. Alright, I guess we're going to the planet with the black holes. It is page 3. Yes. Zermacroid. Zermacroid, what a name. You can't resist this planet and its unknown past. When the captain mentioned the hope for a bright future, you decided that you must go there. It turns out that it is the home of your mother. She embraces you, wishes you luck, and gives you a small metal object on a chain. Perhaps this will help you sometime. Just as you are about to go for your final briefing, a young member of the flight crew rushes up and says, "Let me go with you. You will need my help." You don't know him well, but you have always found him warm and helpful. His name is Murma, and his broad smile makes you feel happy about the adventures that lie ahead. Of course he can come. Wait a minute. I totally remember Murma. Okay. The head of research warns you about Sun Thi, a giant star 12 times the size of Earth's sun. Sun Thi is in your path, and its enormous gravitational pull could be dangerous. He also cautions you about the black holes and supernovas. He tells you that if you want to delay your departure and go through the Space Academy, it may make your chances of success much better. Because we made that merman joke. But I don't think I had this Choose Your Own Adventure book. Alright. So, should we go through the Space Academy? Should we delay departure for in order to do further instruction? That could be. Or do we want to dash off? We could go to the Space Academy. Dash. Dash. Two votes for Dash. Mrs. Dash. You want to be on your way. Even though it might be a rash decision, you and your new companion Myrma climb aboard the space pod. You enter the proper numbers on the flight panel and you launch into space. Myrma, check the stabilizers. We seem to be spinning a bit. Okay, will do. Just then you realize from the computer screen that your flight path is close to a black hole. The danger is that once near the gravitational field of the black hole, you will never escape. Myrma helps you check the data input to the navigation system. To your dismay, you realize that instead of punching in the figures 4800, you actually put in 4008, and your path is now locked into the black hole. Myrma stares at you in horror as the pod continues to move toward the massive black hole. People who have been trapped by black holes have never returned. If you put on full power in hopes of breaking through the gravity field and landing on the black hole, turn to page 18. If you put up the energy repulsion shields and to try to escape the black hole, turn to page 19. I didn't know you could land on a black hole, so that's a new one for me. Yeah, I don't think we packed that book. I don't think I packed any of the Choose Your Own Adventure books, so whoops, dying because of Butterfingers. That's a pretty sad way to die. Try to escape. So should we try to land on the black hole? One vote to land on the black hole, one vote to try to escape. As far as I can tell. I'm thinking we would want to try to escape it. I'm going to try to escape it. I think we'll try that. Do you want me to try to find it? Yeah, if you can find the same book. Do we already have Space and Beyond? Like, if I did read it before, like I've been reading these for a while, so it's possible I've already read this, but it was like not the reprint. It might have been the other version, or it might be an entirely different book, and they just basically copied the story. Like some of it seems familiar, and some of it doesn't seem familiar. So we'll try to escape the black hole. Seems to be the majority opinion. Don't give up. Try everything we can. Quick! Put up the energy repulsion shields. It is Myrma talking. He is 2 years older and has traveled widely in space. Wow, 2 years older. He's so worldly. One never knows. What do you think will happen to us, Myrma? One never knows, he replies. With a shudder, the pod is suddenly grasped by the gravitational field, and you find yourself hurtling into a tunnel-like void. A black hole might seem black to the observer from outside, because no light can escape its gravitational field. But all the light and the energy is contained within this space. The tunnel is brilliantly lit, but, strangely, the intense light does not hurt your eyes. Then you are in a giant room. No, it is not a room. It is actually the interior of the black hole. It is a gigantic prism, thousands of miles across. It is a world unto itself. You are no longer frightened, and you and Myrma leave your space pod to begin a life in a new world. The new world is peaceful, and the people are friendly and eager to welcome you and Myrma. No one is in a hurry, and work is pleasant. There is food and housing for all. It's a good world. Alright, well that's not a bad ending to start with. Doesn't seem like scientifically plausible. Pretty sure that's not how black holes work. I think you'd probably just get have your, like, all the atoms in your body would be like ripped apart, and stuff like that. Kind of unpleasant, but yeah, yeah, we can just like pretend that you actually end up in a pleasant world and it's like real peaceful. That works for me. And the funny thing is that when I go to page 19, you can't help but see page 18 and see that if we had tried to land on the black hole, then things wouldn't have ended up too well for us. So, yeah. So we don't need to try seeing what would happen if we tried to land on the black hole. All right. Let's see. Well, we can try Phonon as the birth planet instead. We could also wait and go into Space Academy. Anyone think we should try Phonon? We never actually even reached Zermaquoid, so I can't really say for certain whether... We have no idea whether Zermaquoid is good or not. We never heard from him again because we're having a great time. Go to the Space Academy. Yeah, let's do the Space Academy. I feel like we need to be better prepared. Okay, so delay departure for further instruction. Hesitating, you ask what other types of instruction will be given to you. So far you have learned flight procedures, navigation, languages, weapons, and planning. It is a good idea to get as much information as possible, but you ask the head of research how you will know when you have learned enough. Knowledge is within all of us. You have but to realize it. Spend some time now, then go. All right, I'll do as you suggest, but how long will it take? You may either go to the Space Academy courses on board, or you may study with me and explore the knowledge within you. He does not smile, but he folds his arms to await your decision. I've definitely had this conversation with someone in another book. But if you decide to attend the Space Academy, turn to page 15. If you choose to explore the knowledge within yourself, turn to page 16. Yeah, we learned typing. Yeah, that might be helpful. Maybe we can learn that first. We're about to throw up. Exploring the knowledge within us. Yeah, it does sound... I don't know how that's going to really help us in space, and during space travel. How do we use these controls? We're having trouble. I don't know, but I'm exploring the knowledge within myself. That'll help us. Maybe that's what they should just like train astronauts on, just to like learn the knowledge within themselves. All right. Do we have repressed memories? Well, should we attend Space Academy? I mean, maybe we already know everything we need to know from Space Academy. Like, we were already prepared to go off into space, so maybe we don't need any more training. Maybe we do need to take some time to just learn meditation or something. I'm not sure. Knowledge within ourselves. All right, let's go for it. We're gonna find out about the knowledge within ourselves. There were a couple of votes for that, so let's see what happens there. All right. The name of the head of research is Ferrance. He tells you that there is an infinity of knowledge stored within all living things from countless past experiences. It sounds crazy, then you just can't tell. You wonder if you really can call on experiences from past lives. Are there flashes of memory locked in your cells? Are the dreams you have of places you have never been, things you have never done, people you do not know, actually experiences from a past life bubbling up within you looking for a way out? Maybe dreams are a real thing. You sense a feeling of calm in the philosopher. Remember, my friend, All travel in space accomplishes little. We end where we begin. Parallel lines cross. Time is not real. Try to make the past the present. Go on to the next page. You feel uncomfortable with these heavy thoughts, especially when he talks about parallel lines crossing in space. What does infinity mean, anyway? We can experiment with the past. It is the philosopher talking again. The past is not lost. It has just changed into a different form. You spend days calling on past experiences. It is like a big dream machine. Peter was trying to do an update that it's probably not going to work, so I was telling it, don't do that right now. Time is not real. Yeah, it does sound very zen. Oh no, we're going back to the cave of time again. Wait a minute, we're not going off into space? Hold on. You spend days calling on past experiences. It is like a big dream machine. You are doing well. Would you like to give it a try? What do you mean, you ask? You can either travel now into past time, 125 million Earth years ago, the age of dinosaurs, and wander around there, or you can just give it a chance and wander into an unknown past. Well, what is it? Yeah, we've only been alive a few days, so how is it that we all have all these like past lives and stuff? If you choose to go back in time 125 million years to the age of the dinosaurs, turn to page 33. If you are willing to chance it and go back to an unknown past, turn to page 35. Oh, yeah, well, if you go to the age of the dinosaurs, then we'll meet the Stegosaurus. Yeah, we will meet the Stegosaurus at that point. Maybe. Stegosaurus wouldn't be so bad because I believe they were herbivores, so we don't have to worry about getting eaten by a Stegosaurus. And then if there's a Tyrannosaurus Rex or something, then hopefully the Stegosaurus will be there at the same time, and that'll make a more inviting target for the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Always choose the dinosaurs. Going the time that isn't chancing it. Yeah, just wander around for a while. Or for a very short period of time, depending on which dinosaurs you encounter. Although dinosaurs are like really slow. Apparently, I read an article recently that said that they think now that Tyrannosaurus Rex was that like we'd basically be able to outrun Tyrannosaurus Rex because they were so slow. So like I mean, but they were still efficient like predators back then because all the other things around them were just as slow. So yeah, and they were like really really heavy, so they just couldn't run very fast. Or like they grew larger. You know, they at adult size they couldn't run very fast. When they were like adolescent Tyrannosaurus Rexes, they could run faster and probably hunted different prey. All right, sorry about that. I'm ruining it. Sorry, I'll stop. Yeah, I think we're going back to the dinosaurs. Seems to be what people want to do. And then maybe we'll try the unknown past. You remember studying the mind tapes of the evolution of living things on 12 planets? Oh, I guess. I don't remember us doing that, but okay. Earth was one of the planets, and the time period of the dinosaurs always fascinated you. The Cretaceous period, when Tyrannosaurus Rex lived, was a difficult but fascinating time. Suddenly you are there, in a world without any human creatures. You are shocked to see that you have become a velociraptor, very small in comparison to the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and a prey to his voracious appetite. Hiding behind some lush vegetation, you are frightened and hungry, but you don't dare move. Any movement in this world could end in a sudden and violent death. You hear a scuttling sound, and a small Protoceratops rushes by, saying, "It's all clear now. Tyrannosaurus and that awful Tarbosaurus have gone off to quarrel by themselves. Maybe we'll give us a break." You cautiously peer out from the bushes and plants, then step gingerly away from your protective shelter. You gain a vantage point to watch Tyrannosaurus and Tarbosaurus locked in a bloody fight. You are horrified as their sharp teeth and powerful arms and legs tear at each other. There is a terrible howling roar of pain, then a crunching sound as Rex succeeds in biting off the head of his enemy, Whoa. It's got pretty dark all of a sudden. I believe that my kids reading this stuff. All right, go on to the next page. I know I don't know how that happened, but how did we become a velociraptor? We just are. That just happened. Yeah, that's what happened now. So, all right, then we did go to the next page. Yeah. Oh, then he turns his attention to the surrounding area and spots you. Crazed with bloodlust, he races after you. You had better get out while you can. You wildly hit some buttons on the time travel meter you carry in your claw. Okay. If you hit the erase button, turn to page 48. If you hit the time return button, turn to page 50. Yeah, they explained all this in the mind tapes, remember? I remember that. It was, it's 4 Easy Payments in 1995. And you get your first tape in the mail. A new tape arrives every week. Time return. Yeah, I'm not into going places where, I guess now we speak dinosaur. I guess dinosaurs actually spoke English or something. That's a thing that we do now, apparently. All right, so time return. That thinks we should do time return. Anyone think we should do the erase button? Erased from existence. Yeah, I'm not really sure what either one's going to do. Erase button. Time return sounds like it'll return us back to our own time. I mean, erase button sounds like, what's it going to erase exactly? Anyone think we should do the erase button or the time return button? Yeah, I think we'll not do the erase button. I agree. We just don't have enough information about what that button will do. What is it? Is it going to erase us? What? Page 50. The buttons on your time travel meter catapult you through space-time to the eastern part of Africa, now called the Olduvai Gorge in the Great River Valley. Only when you get there, it is not a gorge, nor is it a rift valley. It is an upland plain. It is 4 million years ago in Earth time. It is the dawn of mankind, and the earliest human types are just developing their life patterns. They live as hunters and gatherers. They have discovered tools, and they have begun to use objects like sticks and animal bones as weapons. It is the beginning of civilization. Why not hang around and see what happens? Maybe you can change it all. Yeah, I think there's a different book we read, and lots of things were borrowed from one book to the other. So yeah, I don't remember crunching decapitations and things like that. All right, well that's another ending. Why would we want to hang around and see if we can change it all? Wouldn't that change history? What are we going to do? Maybe we'll help them all discover the obelisk, and then we'll throw a bone up into the sky and it'll turn into a rocket. Possibly. That could happen. Use them together in peace. Maybe we'll try the erase button then. That actually sounds like not such a bad idea now. No, we didn't return to our own time. We returned to a time. Okay, we'll try the erase button. You flee just in time to escape the brute. However, the erase button you hit doesn't really lead to anywhere or any time. You radio for help and direction. Suddenly, you are back in a space pod, headed for Phonon. Oh no, it's beginning all over again. You can't stand it. Here's the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Well, you can't stand it. Oh no. Alright, now we're going to Phonon, apparently. Phonon is visible on the galaxy scanner. Now that you have chosen, sort of, your parents announce that Phonon is your father's home. The crew of the spaceship carefully prepares a space pod for the journey to Phonon. You seat yourself at the controls and position the programmed flight path, disengage from the mothership, and drift off into space. Once in space, you are propelled by gravity generators. Well, since it's your father's home, I guess it makes sense that you'd be disengaged from the mothership. Yeah. Something is wrong. You look at the scanner and see a nebula that is not supposed to be on your course. Suddenly, the gases and particles of the nebula surround you. Your gravity generators and life support systems might fail. The radiation counter interrupts the silence of spaceflight with harsh bleeps and crackles of warning of dangerous radiation levels. You can try to return to the mothership. If you choose this, turn to page 4. If you rely on and trust your instinct that says, go ahead, turn to page 6. I know, maybe, yeah, they steal parts from other books. I feel like the other book I read before actually was written later. And this one was written earlier. But I'm not sure. I will look it up after I finish reading this tonight. So, trying to trust our instinct, it almost like sounds like that one where you have ESP. It's like if your ESP is telling you to do this, turn to this page. Every ESP is saying, no, do this instead. Yeah, instinct doesn't necessarily help us where science is concerned. I just kind of have a good feeling about all this radiation. I think it'll be okay. Anyone think we should return to the mothership, or should we keep on going ahead? Or anyone else think we should return to the mothership? Instinct? All right, I guess we'll go on ahead. Radiation's probably safe. Heavy meteor showers interfere with your complex navigation system. The interference is so intense that all communication systems go out. You hurtle through space looking out through the portholes, amazed at the sights about you. But your space pod begins to tumble, and the world spins in a maze of colors and shapes. Your speed is so great that you should get through the shower soon, perhaps even soon enough to correct the navigational problems. On the other hand, maybe it is dangerous to assume that you can rely on chance to get you out of this fix. Wouldn't it be better and safer to radio for help? The laser radio will probably get through. If you wait and hope to get through the shower, turn to page 12. If you decide to radio for help, turn to page 14. All right, and then here's the picture there. Sorry, there. And I'm just going to drink some water here. All right. So we should wait. And we could wait or radio for help. So far, one vote for wait and one vote for radio for help. Where is Murma? I don't know. He's long gone. I don't know if that was a he or a she, actually, Murma. Or if they... I feel like in the other book, they were, like, not human. And, like, I remember at first, like, we weren't sure if they were he or a she. And then at one point it said him. And it's like, when did we find that out? At the Murma. The T-Rex ate him, probably. Radio for help. Any other votes for radio for help or to wait? Okay, I guess Maxwell Radio. Radio for help. Help. Trusting feelings works sometimes, but this situation is too dangerous. It's probably going to be embarrassing to ask for help so soon after starting out. You notice the palms of your hands and see the drops of sweat on them and their unusual whiteness. No question about it. You are scared, with good reason. Who wouldn't be? Spacepod, transgalactic mission to planet Phonon, interrupted by meteor shower. System now 3/4 inoperative. Repeat, coordinate Z2380, F9212, X2922, time reference, outer zone 2L. Request immediate aid. Repeat, request immediate aid. Your voice feels small and hollow as it echoes in the pilot's compartment of the pod. You are so alone. If you try the emergency booster engine to give you power to move forward in the direction of a faint radio signal, turn to page 28. If you use the remaining power to increase your radio transmission, turn to page 29. It's embarrassing to ask for help. Yeah, it's very embarrassing. It's embarrassing to realize that you're in trouble and you need to ask people for help. So embarrassing. Should we try to boost it? Anyone else think we should try to boost power to the radio signal? Or boost power to the engine to go towards a faint radio signal? Or we can try to increase our radio transmission. Boost. Alright, let's boost it. Page 28, boost it. What luck! You are suddenly drawn by a tractor beam into the receiving bay of a giant mobile research station, RS-3 UGB. It is under command of the Universe Governing Body, and you are warmly welcomed by all aboard. They inform you that they are on their way to the planet Axel. It is a mercy mission, because this planet has been infected by a strange disease for which the Axelians know no cure. The research station could become infected, but that is a risk the scientists and doctors aboard are willing to take. What a dilemma! Out of the radar oven and into the laser beam. Haha. Here's a picture of the spaceship. If you decide to go on to Axel with them, turn to page 44. If you choose to continue your journey to Phonon, turn to page 45. Anyone think we should go on to Axel with them? I guess then, because that's what you'd like to do, Stephanie, is go on to Axel with them, because then you can work for the Universe Governing Body. Or if you continue on to Phonon, I guess we could do that. If anybody thinks we should do that. Phonon. Continue to Phonon. Okay, looks like we're continuing to Phonon. 45. You assess the dangers of traveling to a planet infected with a strange disease. You decide that you are not equipped to handle the problems. After a long, honest talk with the ship's commander, he says, "I understand your reluctance to join us, and I commend you for your courage in admitting your fear and concern. We will do what we can to help you on your way. Good luck. Glebe Fogo," which is the universal salute of friendship. Your space pod is now repaired and outfitted for the journey. You are catapulted away from the research station, returning to the black void, spinning into the comfort of energy, timelessness, and endless space. Turn to page 62. Oh. Let me go to page 62. Page 62. Suddenly you are in the midst of laser beam shots. Your optical scanner shows 11 spacecrafts. 4 bear the design of Lotzot, and 6 have the look of Marley about them. The 11th ship seems to be a Universe Governing Body police craft. Have we ever heard of Lotzot and Marley? It seems like we just kind of Jay Leno. Yikes. Yeah, look at that chin. Oh, yikes. That is a big chin. All right. Whammo. The laser beam hits the universe governing body police ship. It explodes into a million bright, shining patterns, but one of the Lotsat ships breaks off to investigate you. Come to a complete stop. Deactivate laser cannon. Identify yourself. It is the Lotsat ship commander. Okay, keep your hat on. I'm friendly. It's you speaking. Friendship comes in many forms. We have heard those words before. Will you join us against our enemy? If you don't join them in their fight, you are vaporized. It is the end. But if you do join them, turn to page 64. So I guess if we don't join them, then we're dead now. So, I mean, that's not really fake choice, yeah. So I guess we're joining them. Let's take one more look at that chin before we go on to page 64. So you join them, but you feel forced into a conflict that apparently has no meaning. They can't tell you why they are fighting. They were ordered to, so they do it. It makes no sense. The other ships have come to a defensive formation and radio for a truce. You offer to be the negotiator. There was a mumbled conversation between spaceship captains, and then they say, "Tell us why we should negotiate." What's the use in fighting? You'll all get killed. No one wins. We'll talk it over. It is the Lotsat commander. How come instead of saying, "we'll talk it over," says the Lotsat commander, it's like, "we'll talk it over." It's the Lotsat commander. Like, this sounds awkward. If you stay on as a negotiator, turn to page 87. If you make a run for it, turn to page 86. War. What's it good for? Absolutely nothing. They're like, the end. Oh, wait a minute. We need to add some more endings here. Just say, hey, it can be the end. War never changes. It doesn't. Not in Fallout and not in Choose Your Own Adventures. All right, make a run. Wait, so are we staying on? We're staying on as a negotiator? Yeah, running probably won't go well. Beth, I agree. Yeah, we'll stay on. See what happens there. No one really wants to fight. Too many have been killed already. You negotiate a peace between the opposing forces. They are all that is left of a great armada of spaceships who have been fighting for more than 3,000 galactic years. They are the last survivors. They have even forgotten the original cause of the war. The end. Alright, well that wasn't bad. Here we are with our big chin, and there's a bunch of papers on the table, and yeah. Seems like that went okay. Yeah, that was easy. Oh, and then they were really lazy about where to put the choices. Like, it'd always be like, if you decide to do this, it's this page, and if you decide to do that, it's this page. Like, it's always two pages next to each other. So you go to one page, and like, oh well, that's not. Yeah, it's like 87 is one choice and 86 is the other. So you can see that if we went to 86, like when we go to 87, we can see that if we went to page 86, that you know, that's what would happen. So, yeah. We did make a run for it. So, say we did make a run for it. Make a run for it. It's foolish to stay in the middle of this fight. Who cares what they are fighting about? You push the maximum acceleration button and leave the area. Laser cannon shots follow your path, but the computer-directed evasion tactics enable you to escape. Finally, you are back alone in space. The end. So, that's what would happen if we tried to escape. Right. We brought peace to the galaxy. I've never negotiated before. Like, I feel like maybe we should try going to Zermacroid again. We never actually got to Zermacroid. Like, we went to Phonon. Or did we actually go to Phonon? I don't think we went to Phonon either. Maximum acceleration button. Alright. Let's go to Zermacroid. Zermacroid. What a name. You can't resist this planet and its unknown past. Alone. Yeah. End up alone in space in a lot of different ways. You can't resist this planet and its unknown past. When the captain mentioned the hope for a bright future, you decided that you must go there. It turns out that it is the home of your mother. She embraces you, wishes you luck, and gives you a small metal object on a chain. Perhaps this will help you sometime. I want to find out what that object on the chain is supposed to do. Just as you are about to go for your final briefing, a young member of the flight crew rushes up and says, "Let me go with you. You will need my help." You don't know him very well, but you have always found him warm and helpful. His name is Murma, and his broad smile makes you feel happy about the adventures that lie ahead. Of course he can come. The head of research warns you about Sun Thi, a giant star 12 times the size of Earth's sun. Sun Thi is in your path, and its enormous gravitational pull could be dangerous. He also cautions you about the black holes and supernovas. He tells you that if you want to delay your departure and go through the Space Academy, it may make your chances of success much better. And, yeah, it could be that thing like in Spaceballs. I'll bet. Maybe that's where Spaceballs got the idea from. Maybe it was from a Choose Your Own Adventure book. So, maybe this time we'll dash off. No, we don't want to dash off because that led right to the black hole. Wait for further instructions. Hesitating, you ask what other types of instruction will be given to you. So far you've learned flight procedures, navigation, languages, weapons, and planning. It is a good idea to get as much information as possible, but you ask the head of research how you will know when you have learned enough. Knowledge is within us, within all of us. You have but to realize it. Spend some time now, then go. All right, I'll do as you suggest, but how long will it take? You can either go to the Space Academy courses on board, or you may study with me and explore the knowledge within you. He does not smile, but he folds his arms to await your decision. And, so this time I think we will go to the Space Academy since we already were like, we just want to explore the knowledge within ourselves, and then we ended up traveling through time. So, okay. School can be boring, but then it might be just the thing for the flight. This space research vessel is so huge and so advanced that you didn't actually realize that there was a division of the Space Academy aboard. During your interview with the head of the Academy, he says, "Well, you choose. Either join command school and become a captain of a ship, or go ahead and concentrate on research. We have done a personality, intelligence, and health inventory on you, and you have scored very high. We believe you can make it to the top in either category. Well, what do you think?" So we can either choose command school, which would be page 30, or we can choose to join the research program. Yeah, that led us to the dinosaur cult. I mean, they were nice dinosaurs, though. And being a velociraptor is kind of cool. Do the captain, the command school. Anyone else think we should do Choose Your Own Adventure? Captain. So another vote for captain. Research. Command. Research. Well, I guess we'll try the research first. What is research about? You have heard nothing but research, and more research. from everyone on the space station. It seems to you that research is just another name for messing around with whatever interests you. You'll give it a try. I don't think that's what research is, but okay. Sure. The subject of our research happens to be the cause of the violent trouble, specifically revolts, that occurs on all planets. Revolutions and wars have caused pain, but they have caused good things too. What we want to find out is if the benefits can be gotten without the pain and horror of the uprisings. It is the research coordinator talking to a select group of 6 people. You have been chosen because of your aptitude for finding solutions to difficult puzzles. This is beginning to really interest you. Your intention to journey to Phonon and Zermacoid seems to fade into some distant place in your mind. Murmur has chosen to remain with you. He is a good companion. After intensive work, the research team decides to split into 2 teams. Team A will head to the planet Cynthia to view a current revolt. Team B will join a mission exploring a revolt on Mars that happened 62 million years ago. A time transporter device will be used for that. If you choose A, turn to page 46. If you choose B, turn to page 49. Yeah, so apparently we're researching whether or not revolutions are bad or not. We just want to, sometimes revolutions, I guess, are good. Who said something about like the tree of liberty had to be watered by the blood of patriots from time to time? Something like that. That might have been Thomas Jefferson talking about the French Revolution. Planet Cynthia. Yeah, I have a good feeling about Planet Cynthia. I'm thinking that's what we should do. Mars. Anyone else think we should go to Mars or that we should go to Planet Cynthia? How is this? I don't know. I guess research is just about messing with whatever interests you. That's what the book said. That's what research is. You go to school for all those years and learn all these things just so you can like mess around with whatever, I guess. Cynthia? I guess we'll do Cynthia. That's choice A. Page 46. Swirling clouds, dense with a moisture much heavier than water, cover the planet of Cynthia. Your spacecraft penetrates these clouds and bursts out into a landscape of rich vegetation. No towns or cities are visible as the craft flies over the empty landscape. Where are the people? Where is the revolt? You land with the advance party and find the atmosphere almost acceptable to your biosystem. And there we are with, guess that's Murmur, apparently. Maybe. You need only the smallest assistance from the life support pack. Murmur accompanies you. Did you see that? What? What did you see? Only a shadow. A shadow moving quickly, as though it were following us. Then a short blast of a horn-like device stops you in your tracks. You are surrounded by flickering shapes, living creatures who blend and twist like shadows. You can't tell what they are. Peace or war? You. Are you the leader or just the follower? It's the shadow people speaking. Peace, of course. In our world, we don't believe in war. They all say that, but the wars rage throughout the entire universe. What are you people doing? Why did you ask for help? We are fighting the forces of light, who are our enemies. We are the shadows. You don't know whether to believe them or not, but there is no choice. You must go with them. They take you to their headquarters. There they explain how the forces of light have attempted to wipe out the shadow people by creating a world with no shadows, where light comes from all directions. The light people will not allow the mix of light and dark that colors life. If you and Murmur join the forces that will fight on land, turn to page 65. If you sign up with the rocket ship crew, turn to page 66. I'm not sure what the rocket ship crew is. I think the shadow people are good. Yeah, we dealt with the shadow people, for sure. I don't think it was this book, though. So I guess we're going with the Shadow People, because they are good. It's page 65. Murma convinces you to join up with the land forces in defense against the Light People. You and Murma are put into command of a group of 14 shadow battalions, and you build a system of walls to block the light sources. The tension builds as the Light People send messages demanding surrender of the shadow forces. A council is held, and you and Murma are invited to attend. Shall we attack them, or shall we retreat? We can't possibly defend ourselves against them. You and Murma confer with the shadow forces. If you decide to attack, turn to page 88. If you retreat, turn to page 89. What did we do? So should we attack or retreat? I feel like we're supposed to attack. Or I remember this right. It's crazy that we read this before and I didn't realize it. But I don't think it's the same book. I think it was like the story was basically lifted from this and put into a different book. Not possibly defend ourselves. I think we should. I'm not sure. You know what? I think attack. Retreat. Retreat. I think most people are saying we should retreat. Okay. We will retreat. Does sound like the safe thing to do. Retreat is not always a bad thing. After all, you should go with what feels right. To fight now would only create further destruction. Enough damage has been done. Level off. Give way. Let the other side realize what has been happening too. As you retreat, the enemy seems to let up in amazement. The smoke clears. The noise stops. They retreat also. There is no more fighting. The end. And I think I'll stop there. But I definitely have either read this book before, or like during these readings, or there's like another Choose Your Own Adventure that is almost the same story. Hold on one sec. I'm just going to. Okay. So apparently, okay. So, okay. So apparently, Joe sent me this. One of our friends, Joe, he sent me this Choose Your Own Adventure book to read, and read this one tonight. It sounded very, very familiar, and I realized as I started reading it tonight that I'd actually already read it. But I read. Like this was the one I read tonight was the reprint, right? So I thought it was a different book, and this was the original, like the original cover. So it's the exact same book, right? But a later edition. So yeah, and as I started reading, I was like, okay, well, I figured a lot of the people that were listening tonight had probably not heard me read this originally because it was quite a while ago. So, you know, might have been different people listening, but you can definitely see like it has the same big chin and everything. So, yeah, that was pretty funny. But no, it was fun to reread again. Yeah, like on this cover, you've got like they obviously did new cover art, possibly a different artist. Yeah, on this cover, you can faintly see the author wrote, it's Mattingly, I think, Mattingly, and then 88, because it was This cover art was from 1988. They like wrote it here somewhere. So yeah, so I just like reread this. Like I'm reading, like I'm like I know which choice to make. I think I know like which choices to make to like not get ourselves killed here, which is kind of like cheating in a way, you know, because I try to read these fresh and like have no idea what's going to happen. Hey Ryan. Yeah, so well, I want to thank Joe for sending me this book. It is very cool. I do like the new cover art, and it was interesting to like read this again, and see how the reprint deferred a bit. I think there were some differences. I feel like the whole thing about like past lives and things like that, I don't remember reading that the first time. So yeah, I don't. Is any of the text different? The thing about exploring the knowledge within ourselves, I feel like that was different. No, that was the same. Hmm. Yeah, we went into the past, and then no, it's exactly the same. I guess the funny thing is that even with like an hour to read these, there's like no way to get to every different part of the story, every different option, every different choice, every different ending. So we did actually get different endings this time, rereading it. So yeah. So you can like, I mean, I usually read these for about an hour. This just goes to show you that you could read one of these books for an hour and like still not get to all the endings. Yeah. So well, that was fun. Next week is definitely going to be a book that I haven't read before. Pretty sure of that. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll read the Gem and the Holograms Choose Your Own Adventure book. Just for like a change of pace, you know. That would be fun. All right, well, I guess I'll stop here. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, it's always fun to do these every Tuesday night. Yeah, Gem. All right, Gem and the Holograms. It'll be something truly outrageous. That's for sure. All right, bye everyone. Take care.